Once giants of England and Europe, Nottingham Forest are rising again. From relegation battles to Premier League contenders, their journey has been nothing short of remarkable. Now with European football secured, the City ground is witnessing a true reawakening. This is not just a comeback, it's a new era here. At Nottingham Forest, let's get into it here in the SC25 Nottingham Forest Crow mode and drop a like and subscribe for the journey we're about to go on here. And obviously, here is the Nottingham Forest team. I will be streaming it in the 25-26 season, so I hope that the teams got relegated and promoted into the Premier League. We'll also put ourselves into Europa League football, as Nottingham Forest currently sits 6th in the table, and they are 3 points off Champions League football, where Chelsea are currently sitting 5th, so to get 5th, they'll actually be in the Champions League. But I felt like for this series, we'll put ourselves into the Europa League, and we then work into hopefully winning that this season, and then get into the Champions League football next season, kind of have a bit more development in the team. So straight away, just being in the Champions League and possibility of winning it in season one, I feel like it's better that we do at least 2 or 3 seasons with this team to take it to the top of world football. And the main issues we have with this team are the striking position. Chris Wood is getting older, 32 years of age, 33 possibly IRL. We'll get down to this overall, so a very slow attacker, a good goal scorer in real life in the Premier League. He's had a great season for Nottingham Forest IRL. But in SC, he's not going to be the most useful striker for us in the team. So that's the most glaring position we need to sign a player, and then that's what we will do next episode, signing a new striker, depending on who you guys suggest down below. We also need a backup counter, Gibbs White. We'll get into that in a second, and also possibly another defender. Because Murillo is great, he's got pace. Milenkovic, 26-81 rated, a good defender, whenever good he can be from the Fiorentina series a few years ago. So a tall defender, physical, great defensively, 58 pace. We'll see how he does in the team. Midfield-wise, I think we're pretty good. We've got Danilo, who possibly could get upgraded. He's 23, turning 24, 76 overall. Going to give him a chance to win the things to what he can do in that holding midfield position role when we have the young talent Elliot Anderson, who will get a lot of game time. And in terms of backup players, we have got great backup system. Moreno is a player that I might let go back. I'm not sure what his loan is at Nottingham Forest. It's going to run out at the end of the season. I'm not sure if Nottingham Forest is going to sign him on a permanent deal or does it then go back to Aston Villa. But in terms of players we've called back, we've got Omar Richards, who could be useful for us as well, and also the Irish defender, whose last name I've got no idea how to pronounce, will be a good backup player for us in the team as well. So in terms of backup players we do have, we've got some pretty good players. We also need, like I said, a backup cam, and we're going to get into that here in a second and show you players we do have on the shortlist and a couple of positions we do have here for you. First of all, goalkeepers. We need a new goalkeeper. Matt Sells is going to go down possibly in his overall. He's 32, 81 rated, a good goalkeeper IRL, but we have 2 goalkeepers there. We've got James Trafford, young English goalkeeper, can come in here in season 1 and either take over straight away or be the backup to Sells and learn from him, and then next season become our first in goalkeeper. Or we have Andref Lunin, who would come in straight away and be our first in goalkeeper. Obviously more expensive, a much more experienced goalkeeper. Obviously the backup goalkeeper at Madrid for multiple years now. And in terms of the cam role, we've got multiple options here. The first of all being Kansen Telasir, the Greek midfielder, 21, 76 rated, a good young talent. I've used him in a rebuild. He was a very, very good player for us in that team, so he will be a good player for us in this team, in this Chroma as a backup player to Morgan Gibbs White. Gustavo Sá, the Portuguese creative midfielder from Famalicão, the Portuguese team, so a good young talent as well, 19 years of age and some decent stats as well. We also have Can Uzun, the Turkish creative midfielder, obviously playing for Eintracht Frankfurt, a very, very good young talent. Can also play striker, will be a great player for us in this team as well. Then we have James McCarthy, who in my opinion is my favourite to sign, because I feel like this is a kind of more realistic signing, because at Nottingham Forest, he will be a good backup player and possible first-team player for them, and that Manchester City is getting game time. But with potential signings next season, is McCarthy going to really get as much game time as he wants at the team? Personally, I hope we do keep him at Nottingham, at Man City. Sorry, I'm a Man City fan. I do really like him. He's a very, very good quality player. Could have a bright future at the club and could be a great player for us. And I do hope we do keep him and give him a lot of game time to keep him happy. He does return with performances something I've seen IRL from him, and he could be a good player to sign to be a backup cam for us in the team. Could also play down the wing as well, so he gives us a bunch of versatility that way. Then we have Kostulas, who could be a good backup striker. See, Awoniyi is a decent striker. Is 25, 26, I believe now at least at this stage. So a player like Kostulas could be a good backup goalkeeper, backup striker too. The striker we do bring in next episode. So let me down below which goalkeeper we should sign, which cam we should sign, and if we should bring in Kostulas as well into the team. Let's get into our first game of the season possibly, or I might make one signing myself, or just make some sales and I'll update you on them as we go through them. And just in case you were wondering about the budget, is 100 million we do have to spend this season. I did give us a bit of a transfer budget increase compared to the usual when getting game. I think Nottingham Forest at 50 million. I gave us an extra 50 million for qualifying for European football and just finishing in the top 6 of Premier League football. I feel like that's a decent amount of budget to give us for this season. So that's the budget you have to spend. In the comments below, let me know what transfers you make, and let's get into our first games of the Premier League season. Let's see if we can get a quick goal in this one. Doyle, lovely skip around Araujo. Now, can we get a good cross into the box? They're looking for Chris Wood in the header. Chris Wood can't get to it though. It's going to come back to Gibbs White. He's going to lose the ball out to a Bournemouth midfielder. I feel like definitely we need to sign a new defender to replace him. And he can definitely be a good backup player, because as you'll see right here, players can just break away from him quite easily, and thankfully Matt Sills makes a great save. So to steer that. Shoots from range. The Colombian does so, Matt Sills thankfully denies him. And Milinkovic, oh no, I was going to say it's actually has done more there, but Evan Nilsson's through. Evan Nilsson did that by Matt Sills, thankfully again. Sills makes a great save. Gives White to Danila Elanga, making a run. The Swedish international through, and he shoots and scores. Like, this is against the momentum of the game. We have been not in this game whatsoever, but Elanga here scores to make it 1-0, and Matt Sills made some incredible saves for us, thankfully, in this game to keep it level. And Elanga here scores to make it 1-0. You'll have to see it. It's a great finish by him. I'm on precision shooting, by the way. I switched to precision because I felt like unassisted it started to just pretty much shoot straight at the keeper whenever I was aiming into the far corner. So I thought I'd just try precision and see how it does there. And that usually would have been pretty much at the keeper with assisted shooting. But on precision, I felt like it actually made a difference there, because I was actually aiming into that spot of the goal, and it actually worked out. So hopefully I made the right call by switching to precision, and it's not going to come back to haunt me. I don't know how we haven't got a ball here. Morello, good interception, loved that from him. Too heavy on the ball there. Oh, no. Evan Nilsson's in behind. Morello, good challenge to stop his fellow Brazilian. That was a risky one to make, but we had to make it. Chris Wood now. Honestly, I've liked Chris Wood in the striker position. I like the build-up play we can do with him. Gives White. Oh, lovely play here. Into Chris Wood to make it 2. And it is 2-0. Honestly, I'm cooking with Chris Wood. I wasn't expecting him to feel this good in game. But with 2-0 up here, that's a great pass by Gibbs White through the centre there into Chris Wood. He made a great run there. And honestly, the build-up play we're doing with him, I'm actually enjoying it. Like, I feel like he's a player that we can definitely use in this series for now anyway. But Chris Wood right now is a player we're definitely going to replace most likely in the next episode with a striker that you guys suggest down below. But in this episode so far, he's looking pretty good and a viable player for us. Obviously, we need to give Awoniyi a chance as well. We'll definitely bring him on at some point and play him and see what he can do in this team. Brooks, Welshman v Welshman, I believe here. And Nico Williams comes out on top of that battle there. Good challenge by Murillo there. And Murillo skips the challenge as well, and Winslow back as well with that from him. Oh, Hudson-Odoi is cooking here. Hudson-Odoi through to make it 3. And he's done so. On the hour mark, we go 3-0 up here. This has been an incredible performance by this team. We were second best for quite a long time in this game. We've had 3 shots and scored 3 goals at this point in the game so far. And Bournemouth will definitely feel hard done by, but we deserve it, to be fair. We're playing some great football. We deserve our goals. And Hudson-Odoi makes it 3-0 here. Just as it hit 60 minutes in the game, we take a 3-0 lead. And Bournemouth have collapsed here. And we've risen to the challenge and proving we're definitely a team to take seriously again this season. And Sosa maybe. I don't know how is Morello's up. Stop that Solskjaer save to deny Evan Nilsson. Oh, lovely play there. Gives White. And carry the ball forward here. Gives White now. Into the box. They're looking for Chris Wood to make it 4. And it's 4-0. Bournemouth are being torn apart here. And it looked like they were going to tear us apart at the start of this game. Genuinely, I thought we were going to lose this game at 2 or 3 goals. I thought they should have scored 2 or 3. But Matt Silver made some great saves. And Gibbs White with a great cross there too. Chris Wood takes it down and hits it on the volley there. And makes it 4-0. Let's make a few changes, bring him up. Now I'll keep Chris Wood and see if he can get a hat-trick. Gonna make a few changes here though. Brooks coming forward here. Justin Kluivert. Got blocked there by Neco Williams. He's played great in this game, to be fair, at full-back. There's Eddie Anderson. Chris Wood for the hat-trick. He's through the centre here. Who thought Chris Wood would be away on a breakaway through a defence? But he's through and he scores. It's 5. It definitely would not be 5-0 without precision shooting. I'm telling you that for free. Some of these shots that I've scored would not have gone in without precision shooting. Because the shot is actually going where I'm aiming it, which is obviously where it should do it in the game anyway, but this shot usually would have been more towards the keeper, but thankfully it goes into the bottom corner where I've actually aimed it, and it's 5-0 here. At the City ground, Chris Wood with a hat-trick. We're going to bring on Awonyi after this replay here and see what he can do. See, a couple of seasons ago for Forest, he was actually doing pretty good. So he did do quite well for himself at Union Berlin in Germany at one point. But we're going to bring him on here after Chris Wood secures a hat-trick. Let's see, with 30 minutes left to play, well, 20 minutes left to play, so if Awonyi can get a goal or two and make it more goals in this one, because Bournemouth have been torn apart here, which is something I didn't think I was going to say. And Dominguez makes a challenge there. Awonyi, oh, it could get even worse for Bournemouth at Awonyi. And now here's Sosa. Misses though, unfortunately, for us there. Here's Jota Silva. No man, people compare to Jack Grealish due to his hairstyle, but Jota Silva, great play here. Awonyi for his first goal of the season. Precision shooting is insane. I'm so glad I switched to precision shooting, genuinely. I know I've mentioned it multiple times in this game, but I'm so glad I switched to it. Because the win is 6-0 here, and that is all down to precision shooting. That goal right there, like I said about the last one, would not have been that good of a shot if it wasn't for precision shooting. This would have been more towards the keeper again. But as you'll see, it's just into the bottom corner. That's where I'm aiming all the time. I'm aiming to the corners of the goal, like you should do. Jota Silva with a great assist there, and Awonyi with the goal. And we're leading 6-0 here to start the season off with. Good work from Jota Silva. Awonyi now. And here is Sosa, first involvement for him, ready in this game. Oh, Araujo's done well. The former Barca defender, if I'm not mistaken, right? The Mexican. Cliver. Good block there from Moreau. And I was going to say good challenge again there, but he's given away the free kick. Pastovic goes down. It's going to be a yellow card there for Morato, actually. Off the bench, he gets a yellow card, the Brazilian. Fair enough, to be fair. And it's going to be a free kick here for Bournemouth. And because we're winning 6-0, I'm not going to put a player on the line, because I feel like if they score this, fair enough. They're going to go short, they're going to hit it from range, and Souls is going to catch it. Final few moments of the game again. Bournemouth getting us a goal. Sinistera. Great defending there from Moreau. And the game should be done 4 minutes added on. No. It's an opportunity for more goals for us here. Can we make it 7? Awonyi to get a brace off the bench. Awonyi shoots. I'm going to say it again. I'm sounding like a broken record here. Precision shooting is insane. If I'm doing this with Chris Wood and Awonyi, God knows what I'd do with Mbappe. If I scored 5 goals with Awonyi and Chris Wood combined on precision shooting, what's going to happen when I have a striker with insane shooting? Granted, that one probably should have been saved by Kepa, but it's a great strike by Awonyi. And we're going to win this game 7-0. This first half looked like we were going to get battered 7-0 by Bournemouth. But the second half turned completely around after we scored a few goals. We win this game 7-0. We had 8 shots and 7 goals. What a way to open the season up with. Hopefully we can continue this way in our next game against Burnley. Let's get into it. Alright, so our next game is going to be against newly promoted Burnley. So back in the Premier League, we're going to take them on here and hopefully beat them here to go 2 for 2 in the Premier. So I think for this game, I'm going to rotate slightly. Morato comes into the first team. Let's see what he's like. Obviously, both of the centre-backs are left-footed. That could be an issue for us, but I do feel like in this game, I do want to try out Morato and Moreira as a defensive partnership just to see how it does in this team. And let's get into this one and hopefully beat Burnley here to go 2 for 2 in the Premier this season. In it to Anthony. Shot taken from range from him, and it's going to go wide to the post, thankfully, of our goal. We started cooking them and scored 7 goals, so hopefully that we have a kind of similar pattern in this one. Burnley's defence is so wide open. What just happened there? Now Chris Wood inside, a great move by him, and that's a goal. What just happened to Burnley's defence? They just separated like the Red Sea, and Chris Wood got in behind and scores again. That's 4 goals in 2 games for him so far. And this one is a great finish by him as well. He cuts inside there, gets past the defender in Esteve. I see a great French defender. He's done well for Burnley this season. He cuts inside of him and wraps it into the far corner. And we're already 1-0 up here against Burnley, and you'll have to see it. And Neco Williams, can you stop Anthony here? Ian Fleming. There's Morata, good challenge from him. And Alanga. Can he go through here? No, he can't. Good defending there by Burnley. And somebody got the ball out there as well. And that's Ian Fleming. Isn't offside there, surprisingly. Here's Aaron Ramsey. Not the Aaron Ramsey that used to be a big talent. But Aaron Ramsey, he shoots, and that's so thankfully makes a good save there. That's going to be whipped over to the back post, and we're not going to go towards it apparently, and that header's going to be out for a goal kick, thankfully there. And now Chris Wood can send Alanga on the run, can find him with a passer. Chris Wood has a great pass into Alanga. Alanga to make it 2, and that's a great finish again. It's 2-0 here. Alanga scores his first goal of the season, but did he score in the first game? I'm not too sure if Alanga scored in the first game, but he scores here to make it 2 against Burnley. I feel like this first episode is going to have a bunch of goals. In a weird way, the first episode of my career modes always tend to be a lot easier than the rest of the episodes. I'm not too sure why. Something about when you start the career mode, it's a lot easier to score goals than it is throughout the rest of it. If you go back to the Spurs career mode, we had a very similar start to this one where we were scoring so many goals with that one. Obviously, we're not facing the best teams. We faced Bournemouth so far, or a decent team. We definitely should have beaten them 7-0, but we did so. Burnley are a team we should beat comfortably because they are a newly promoted Premier team, but they're not a bad team. And after this, we do face Wolves, who should be a good challenge. But as of right now, we are definitely the team to take note of this season in the Premier League. Here's Ian Fleming, good defending there from Murillo, who's on the other side of the pitch for this game, and who had 2 opportunities earlier, didn't score. It's Ian Fleming, forced back there by Murillo, but it's back into Hannibal Mejri, the former Man United man, running through here. Mejri plays it back across, and I read that, and so thankfully makes the save though. It's a great save there by Matt Sells. Now we can hopefully get on the attack here. Alanga making the diagonal run here. Alanga into Chris Wood. Oh, it's a great pass. Chris Wood is free. Why am I cooking so much right now? This is different levels of cooking that I'm doing right now. Usually, I'm decent at the game. I'll give myself credit for that. But right now, I feel like invincible. Granted, like I said, we're not facing the best teams, but the finisher on show, on precision, is insane. That's exactly where I wanted that ball to go. The passing as well is incredible as well right now. I feel like the game is just working for me. And on a switch, it's going to switch against me somehow. I definitely can feel that happening pretty soon. And if you're Wolves, you're watching this game, seeing us score 7 against Bournemouth, and we've already scored 3. And they could get 4 here, because Burnley's defence is just not able to stop us. And Neco Williams is even chipping goalkeepers. It's 4-0 in the first half. I'm going to sim the second. We're going to get into game against Wolves after this. We'll see the team that Gibbs White used to play for, if I'm not mistaken. Did he play for Wolves? I think he played for Wolves, if I'm not mistaken. But Neco Williams gets the goal. I think if James Trafford came out there, he would have stopped us from scoring. But he decided to stay on this line, which was a mistake, and gave Neco Williams the time to pull out the chip. And he almost saved it, to be fair, but it's 4-0. And hopefully we didn't get any injuries from this sim here. We're going to sim it into the game. And the game ends 5-1 with Hudson-Odoi scoring. And thankfully no one picked up an injury. It's another win for us to start the season off with. And for the final game of today's episode, we're going to take on Wolves at the City Ground. We're currently going 2 for 2 with 2 wins from both games. And Wolves are currently bottom of the table, 20th in the league, after losing both games this season so far. Let's get into this one and hopefully get our 3rd win in a row and hand Wolves their 3rd loss in a row. Here, as you can see, Milenkovic is back into the team for this game. I want to see how he does in the battle. So last game with Morata and Murillo, we did quite well. I want to give Milenkovic some game time still. He's a great defender. It's just his pace is the big issue that we need to sort out. And I see we need to get a faster defender into the team before to compete for the Champions League positions as he try to win trophies as well this season. Let's get into this one though, up against Wolves, and hopefully get a big win here. Hudson-Odoi trying to get a bit of space here. Lovely player, got Chris Wood open here. Chris Wood on the turn, gets a shot away, but Jose Sarr makes a save. You know, why not? I'll try to switch that into the box, but Eddie Anderson can flick that on. Down here to Alanga, and Alanga scores. That worked out differently than I expected it to, but Alanga goes 3 for 3. He scored in the first game, he scored in the second, and he scores again here. I believe he scored first in every single game, if I'm not mistaken. I know he scored first in the first game. He might have scored first against Burnley. But it's great play. Alanga just wanted to stay on side there. And a great finish from him. Beats Jose Sarr and puts his 1-0 up here early on in this game against a good Wolves team. Matej Cunha, who was linked to Nottingham Forest, but it looks like he's going to be headed to Old Trafford to join Man United. Gives White here, looking for Wood here. Gives White back, gets the ball back from Wood into Elanga here. Elanga, to get there before the defender. Yes, he got it. Anthony Elanga, good composure and a great finish there. Elanga's got 2 goals here in 15 minutes against Wolves. And it's great play again. Gives White a great ball through to Elanga. Great strength to hold the defender and great composure there to then find the finish from Anthony Elanga, who had a great season at IRL for Nottingham Forest and has had a great season for us here in this career mode already. And we need Wolves 2-0 in this game, and we're not even half an hour gone. We're only just gone 16 minutes. So this could go from bad to even worse for Wolves here. It could go a similar way to the Burnley game and the Bournemouth game for them. Let's go and shot again. Shot blocked here by Morella. It's going to be a corner for them. Oh, that's great from him. Now Chris Wood. It's through here. Chris Wood, first time shot there. Far corner, but it's saved by Jose Sarr. Man City Youth Academy player, and that should be headed back to the goalkeeper. There we go. It's not going to be. It's going to be Morella who takes it down there. Tried to stop him from doing so, but it'll work out eventually anyway. I guess White denied it by Tommy Doyle. Matej Cunha getting into the game here, and Gibbs White looks like he's picked up an injury. It's not great for us, and they've levelled it. No, not levelled it. They've scored here. Charlotte Guedes scores to make it 2-1, and Gibbs White with a knock is not great for us. Hopefully he runs it off, but Gonzalo Guedes scores here. It's a poor goal to concede as well. Ball over the top, in behind, and Guedes finds his way through, and Matt Sells couldn't come out to stop him. Another one goal behind in this game now. And Charlotte Guedes going to section there from a great defender there from the Brazilian. And I guess the ball to his fellow Brazilian, but loses out. Here's Cunha. Now he stops his fellow Brazilian, and this time round low, but being a bit faster than it is right now. Needs to just slow it down and find a way through, just like this. Gives White, force some mistakes from this Wolves team, draw them out and then play through them, just like that. And Hudson-Odoi makes it 3-1. And I could have not gone any more perfect that attack there. I literally did exactly what I wanted to do there. Just slow it down, draw them out, make them make the errors and find the space. And Hudson-Odoi makes it 3-1 and gives us a 2-goal lead again going into half time. And there's a good finisher by him and a great bit of play as well. Chris Wood with another assist, played it through there. And Hudson-Odoi gets another goal for himself this season and makes it 3-1. I'm going to make it a good run there, but they won't be able to find it. It's a great play here by our midfield. And I hit Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi with room to hit one from range. Jose Sarr good save. Here's Bellegarde. Oh, Ola, what a steal that is. Man has got a good long shot on him. Let's use the controller ball here and find a pass. And get it into Gibbs White. Elanga. Chris Wood. That's good defending there from the skid. I was just hoping he'd commit to the challenge and lose out on the ball there. It's a bad pass defending. I thought we had a bit more room there. I thought we had a player open, but we didn't. But Eddie Anderson does well to stop Tommy Doyle, but it goes back to Bellegarde. And Ola, what an intersection that is. Get him in, gets here into Gibbs White. We've got a 1-0 now up front because the knock to Chris Wood has actually forced him off. Not like with a long-term injury, hopefully, but we have to take him off to give him some recovery time. And Nico Williams doesn't win that header, and Matej Cunha here later on makes this a game and makes it 3-2 here. Dominguez good steal there. And here's Jota. Can he hit one? Yes, he can, but Sarr, what a save again. And Gibbs White wins it off Wolves here. I can bring the ball forward. A 1-0, great word there from him. A 1-0 now to get the shot away and win us the game. I mean, we are winning, but he put it wide, unfortunately, there. Sean Larson now on. Oh, great word there from Milenkovic. Now he can carry the ball forward from a Fiorentina man. Skips 1 or 2 challenges. He's still going here. Milenkovic, the centre-back, does well, but it's going to be defended. Gibbs White headed it back, but Gibbs White blocks again. And that's going to be ended again. A 3-2 win here. We go 3 for 3. And Wolves put up a good challenge in this game. Jose Sarr was some great saves, but he conceded 3 goals. It's easy to get the 3 points. And we deserve the win, to be fair. We were a much better team in this game. And we get another win to go 3 for 3, like I mentioned, at the start of the season. Alright, so that's going to call it for episode 1 here of the Nottingham Forest Crowd. So you get in the comments down below, players you want to see me assign based off the players you've seen on the shortlist already in this video, and also into the backup, a striker to take over from Chris Wood in the field. As we've seen in this episode so far, it can be a viable striker for us this season, but as we get further into the crowd and the next season further onwards, we need to improve on Chris Wood in the striker role. And well, I think I've got some players on the shortlist, I'm not mistaken. I feel like I've got players I can talk about on the shortlist. I don't think I've got any strikers on here other than Kostula. So I can see the shortlist has been kind of trimmed down a bit due to some players going out on loan, so we can't sign them. Like James McCarthy's going out on loan, and also Kostulas is going out on loan. So these are two players that we can't currently sign right now. And we could sign maybe next season. But in terms of the backup captain role, we now look towards Can Uzun, the Turkish creative midfielder. See, very, very good young talent could come into the team, be a good backup to Morgan Giswat in the cam role. We also have Gustavo Sarr, who's moved to Bilbao, so we can sign him from there, having been a backup. The same with Konstantinas, the Greek creative midfielder. Obviously, he is the highest rated of the three, and a pretty good young talent, 21 years of age, good stats as well, and good play styles on him as well, as you can see there. 4-star, 4-star, similar to Chen Uzun, this 4-star, 3-star. And in terms of centre back, I've got Usman Diamande here. I don't think it was on the shortlist last time I showed you. That is because Milenkovic IRL was a very, very good defender. He's in the Premier League team in the season for a reason. But Usman Diamande in FIFA, or S, whatever you want to call it, he's just better than Milenkovic because of the pace. If it wasn't for Milenkovic having slow pace in this like normal card, being 81 or 81 rated, 58 pace, he will be a much better defender. Because defensively, he is very good. He's got anticipate as a play style as well. It's a good thing to have 6'5" as well, and he's got very good defensive stats. But in terms of his pace, he's just not up to scratch at what we need in this team. We play pretty much a high line, very high pressing football. So a defender like Milenkovic with through balls and behind, you've seen it in this episode, is a very weak spot for us in the team. So someone like Usman Diamande, who's a young talent, 20 years of age, will cost us between 20 and 30 million, as you saw, could come into the team and be a great defender to take over from Milenkovic. We could either sell or keep as a backup player, as a quality backup player, just in case we get any injuries, etc. So we also have players like Ibrahim Sangare could go into centre back because he doesn't have pace as well. Ryan Yates could probably do a job there, again, no pace. And Dominguez could probably do a job there, even though he's 5'10". We also have Morito as well as another defender. But as you can see, the team is pretty good. This episode we picked up 3 wins from 3 games. And very much liking this team. So drop in the comments below players you want us to be signed. Players we need to sign for the team, like a backup striker or maybe first team striker. If we should replace Matt Souls in the next episode with someone like Andrew Lunin, or bring James Trafford into the backup goalkeeper for Souls this season to develop behind him. And also, if we should sign Usman Diamande or another defender to take over from Milenkovic. And that is going to call it for this episode. Drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you have enjoyed this video and the rest of 2,000 subscribers, so all hope getting there. It is greatly appreciated. I've been posting some Ultimate Team content again due to Team in the season being coming around. So you want to check out some Ultimate Team pack openings, feel free to do so on the channel. Also check out the other current content I post there on the channel. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.